Hey guys, it's been a little while since I put any videos up on YouTube for the car, but she's been a little bit poorly recently. I developed a ticking noise on cold starts on the passenger side cylinder bank, which would go away as it warmed up, but I kind of suspected it was probably a lazy lifter. And I had it in to Pilgrims to have some other bits and bobs done on it recently, and I asked them to have a look at it, and it was actually two lifters on the passenger side that were lazy. So it's resulted in all new lifters. I figured, well, if there's a couple of them that are getting lazy, there's no point just changing the two. I might as well change all of them. So they stripped the car down for me. They ordered up the correct lifters that go with the camshaft that's in the car. I think it's Crower, however you pronounce it. It's got the Beast cam in it, apparently, according to the files. So they've matched up some high oil flow lifters for that camshaft. Obviously, when they stripped it down, they checked the camshaft as well. So I thought, well, if we've got a couple of lifters that are out, I was worried that it has wiped out some of the cam lobes or something like that, but thankfully, touch wood, it's not done any damage to the cam. So it's resulted in all new lifters. Obviously having to take all the intake out and the valley pan, so it's all new gaskets. They've checked all the rocker gear for me and the push rods. So yeah, it was a bit of a bummer, but I thought, well, while it's in having a couple of other bits done, check out the ticking, because it's probably not going to get any better. So yeah, pleased that that's done. I've started it up a couple of times since I've had it back this week. Cold starts now, and fingers crossed it's as quiet as anything. So really pleased that's done. Other jobs I've done to the car already since I've had it back. I'd ordered up some new drive belts for the alternator and the power steering pump. I've changed the alternator one, the power steering one. I ordered up the wrong one, so I've got to reorder another one of those. So I'll change that again at some point. I've gone back to the factory wheels. I'll put a little bit in the video, a walk around of the car with the wheels on, so you can see them better. But I've gone back to the factory wheels. It's just a personal thing. I do keep looking at photos with the car with the factory wheels on it, and I think it does look better. I do like the year 117s, but I still just love the original look of the factory wheels. So I've redone the lettering on the tyres, rewhitered them. What I am going to do, and I've ordered up the proper paint for it, so I'm going to redo the charcoal centres. So I'm going to rub those down, because there are some chips and scratches on them from taking lug nuts off over the years. So I'm going to just redo these bits, because the silver on the wheels is in really good condition. So it's probably going to take me a long time to rub it down and mask it up properly. But I've got the paint coming for that this week, so I'm going to gradually sort of do a wheel at a time and redo those. The other thing I did do as well, you can't see it in this light, but I'll put some little photos on the video. The inside of the wheels that you can see through. Yeah, so the inside bits of the wheels, the original paint was like white, which is not that forgiving for sort of road dirt and surface rust on the steel wheels, which is obviously inevitable. So what I did is I painted them all black, rubbed them all down, and I've painted all the insides of the wheels black. It's just more forgiving when the car's outside and the light and you look through the spokes. It just looks far more forgiving. all these tyres, the reproduction polyglass ones, but I'm tempted to get some BF Goodrich's on them later in the year and just get some slightly wider tyres, because these are, I think, they're only 215s, and I might go to like a 235 or a 245. So yeah, that's a job for the next couple of weeks as I'm going to get time. Just jack it up, do a wheel at a time. The guy who originally imported this car into the UK, who I've become good friends with, when I bought the car, the driver's mirror was defective. It had the remote mirror, there's like 3 cables that go in behind. One of them had snapped, so you just couldn't adjust the mirror. And I managed to cobble something together with an old Corvette mirror. I think I managed to put the inside of it together, but it still didn't work great. But my mate sent me a new mirror, which was really nice of him. And I've just sort of got around to, while the car's been in having work done, I took the mirror in to get it painted. So it's all been painted body colour. And now I have a proper, fully functioning remote mirror, which is great. So yeah, that job's done. Other little jobs I wanted to get done. I bought new handles for the seats. The ones I had on there were quite pitted, and I painted them black just temporarily, but I've ordered those now. The next few weeks when I get time, my other plan is I'm going to do some interior plastics. We paint a lot of the plastic in here, but I'm going to take one of the sections out and go and get the paint matched. My plan is to do the quarter sections, sail panels, backs of the seats, and probably do the armrest that colour to match it. Whether that's correct or not, I don't know, but I think it just looks better if it's all the same colour, the centre console. So yeah, so it's been a little while since I've posted any videos up, but I say it's one thing or another. I've been busy with other things, and the car's say been in the garage for about 3 weeks waiting parts and for them to sort the lifters out. So yeah, I can crack on and get some of the other things done to it. There's not much more I've got planned to it this year. The relay that I did for the key buzzer and the horn, I've taken all that apart and cleaned it and got it working, but I think that needs replacing. If you leave the car for a couple of days, you come back into it, the key buzzer doesn't work. It'll only work if you tap the horn, which says to me it's defective relay, because it obviously all works off the same relay. So I'm going to order up one of those in the next few weeks and just put a brand new relay in it. As I did, it was quite rusty inside the original. I just cleaned it as best as I can, but there's some like points in there, like old-fashioned like points like you get in the old ignition, and I think it's just worn. So as much as I've tried to clean it and save it, it's it still works, but it's temperamental. So I'm going to get a new one of those. But yeah, other than say doing the wheels over the next couple of weeks, and some interior paintwork over the summer, there's not much more planned. I did have the car in originally to have the engine mounts changed, but they looked at the mount and said no, they can probably, the side that was knocking a bit or clonking, so well, let's try packing it with a couple of washers, save you some money first, in terms of labour and having to get the manifolds back off. But unfortunately that hasn't worked, so it's gonna have to go back, and I'll get the mounts that I bought a few weeks ago, the Mighty mounts. I'm going to just get them put on. I know it's going to be a pain having to get all the manifolds back off, a bit more labour intensive, but the car's fine. It's just when it's cold or ticking over, you can just feel the little clonk through the steering column or the floor pan. So it's definitely not right, and I just want to get it done. But there's no great urgency. I've not had the car for 3 weeks, and I'm glad to get it back, so I'm just going to put some miles on her first and enjoy her, and then when I'm a bit busy with work and I can't use the car, I'll bung it in and get the engine mounts done. So yeah, that's my update, guys. As I say, one of those things with the car, bless it. I couldn't leave it ticking away when it's cold. I thought the longer I leave it, it's probably more likely to do damage. So yeah, it's cost me a bit to get it done, but it's probably cost me less than if I'd left it and it ended up wiping the cam out. So a bit of a pain to have to do it, but it is what it is. So that's where I am with the car at the moment. I'll give you another update once I've done a bit more to it and once I've got the wheels done. But yeah, so for now, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for all the comments that I get on my videos from some of you like-minded classic car and particularly Trans Am owners. It's yeah, nice to have these little chats via YouTube and see how some of you guys are also getting on with your projects. It's great. So yeah, if you like the video, please like and subscribe. It does help my channel a little bit. But for now, thanks again for watching, and I shall see you on the next one.